Faust has a few small changes. The first one is to far standing slash, which had a little more knockback previously, so at some ranges you wouldn't be able to combo into a 2 heavy slash. Now they reduce it so that this should be a little more consistent. Next up though is a change to 6 heavy, which previously put the opponent into a stagger, and therefore your best confirms usually were to go into thrust and fish for that just frame. However, now 6 heavy slash will actually launch the opponent on hit, and this can be like a bit of a buff or a bit of a nerf. I mean, it's certainly different. You can't get the cinematic pullback of thrust anymore, but you can get a full charge blue wild assault and cook up combos from there. Additionally, on counter hit, there's a little more potential for some saucy confirms. Pip Gaming, one of our Colorado/Wyoming Faust, was labbing this out, and on a counter hit, you're actually able to use what is this and pocket the item and then continue the combo onwards. So in a counter hit situation, it seems like a nice buff. Now moving on to the next change, it's mix, mix, mix. If you hold down back during it, the opponent should have less horizontal blowback during the ground bounce. I didn't notice anything really different to appreciate. As you can see, in some situations, I got far slash if I was too late, but close slash should be a little more consistent to get. Lastly, I've considered Faust the poster boy for this tech, but we know the super PRC that you could do before used to only cost 50% tension gauge, but now you can't do it with a 50% tension gauge since it consumes tension on the first frame. Now, if you want to do this, you need 100% tension. Everything said and done, Faust really isn't too different from how he was in the previous patch. I think he does appreciate some of the system mechanic buffs, though. The fact that he's able to YRC against some characters' pressure that utilize a lot of guard crushes, for example, is a big boost to his defense, but he pays for it by losing his PRC super, which was one of the easier PRC overdrives to do in the game before. Now the fact that he needs 100% tension gauge does nerf his defense quite a bit, but it's in like the name of, you know, everyone getting balanced and people who are bigger abusers of it paying the price, I suppose. He isn't affected by red wild assault, though blue wild assault could impact him a little bit, I suppose. And I think we're still trying to make heads and tails of if the 6 heavy slash change is an overall buff or if it is a slight nerf after all. It certainly is different, and there seems to be some cool new potential for it, but it could be a shift laterally as opposed to up and down. He does appreciate being a little tankier with the changes to risk, so hopefully that means that he's able to just, you know, survive a little bit longer, and he enjoys the longer games that Strive should be seeing in the future going forward, I suspect. But overall, we'll see. He's very much the same character as he was before, with a couple of quality of life changes to him, and a change that I think we're still trying to figure out. He really isn't going to be moving up much on the tier list, and he was a pretty weak character in a lot of people's considerations before, and I think that's going to be the case going forward.